Hello everybody, I'm Stacy with Stacy's Organizing and Decorating for Life, or stacyforlife.com. I'm here to help you organize your thoughts and decorate your perspectives. So today's topic is about commitment. We've talked about love the past couple of weeks, which requires a commitment. And we've talked about goal setting in the late December, January months, about what goals do we want to set or resolutions, what have you, which again requires commitment. We may find that by this time, some of us are already falling short on our commitments, because the thing about a commitment is it's something that has to be done repetitively. It's not just done and said once, and that's why only statistically 8% of people actually do what they say they're going to do, is because it has to be continued, sought out. It's repetitious. It's something that we do all the time. And sometimes we do need life coaches or somebody to be accountable to. I know that you all keep me accountable on my commitment of being here every Wednesday, because I had a prior commitment today that had me doing something else during the peak time of my working time, because I work best in the mornings. However, I'm coming to you at nighttime because I am committed to coming to you. So I'm actually recording this in the evening to bring to you by Wednesday morning. So that is commitment. It makes me feel better. There's conscious and unconscious commitment. Unconscious commitment is when we say yes and we agree to do something, either because we aren't even listening, we're just agreeing to do it, or we're just trying to get somebody off of our ass, or we're just not sure, or we're people pleasing. Those are commitments that we are unconscious, that we don't even know why we're saying we'll do it, but we say we'll do it, and then we later think, I wish I wouldn't have said I would do it, when we say yes when we mean no. Unconscious commitments. Conscious commitments are the ones where we do them in the same spirit in which we accepted the commitment and agreed to it. So that gives us more integrity, and that gives us a better self-esteem, to feel better about ourselves. One, we don't feel good about ourselves. The other, we do feel good about ourselves, because the one, when people come back to us and they say, did you do this? Or even some people just may come up to us and we'll be feeling bad because we didn't follow through. And we're thinking of excuses or reasons that we didn't follow through, because we're feeling shamed. And this video isn't at all about making you feel shamed. It's about helping us recognize to where we're not following through. Things maybe we could say, instead of committing, to be listening to the questions asked when we make a commitment, so we don't feel the bad feelings of commitment. So say if we're asked to do something and we're not listening, say, let me think about it. Or what have you. Or if it's something that we know there's no way in hell we want to do, to just be able to say, no, I'm sorry, I can't, and stuff like that. But when we do accept a commitment and say yes, to really think about it, if it's something that we want to do, and to then, like I said, follow through, not wait for something else. If something else comes along and we're already committed to this, to be able to say, well, I'm sorry, I already committed to this, I can see if I can change it. But to be honorary rather than be sneaky. That's what we do in our immaturity, is we're sneaky, because I know I've done it, is to take on too much stuff in my people pleasing. And so somebody would ask me to do one thing, and I'd be like, okay. And then somebody else would ask me to do something else, and I would think that was more appealing, and then I would blow off this person, and then that's the ones that I would feel guilty about when they come up and ask me, or why I didn't make something or something like that. And yeah, it just feels better to make conscious commitments. The thing that I think conscious commitments promote is a purpose. Most of the time, we're going to come up with a plan if our commitment has a purpose, right? So this is something that makes us feel good. So that's all in line with the consciousness. So let me read to you the definition of purpose. The definition of purpose is a reason for which something is done, created, or for a reason for which something exists. So many of us have struggled in one area or another, and it's helped us to create our purpose. Say for me, being a life coach, I've worked in the areas that I specialize in because I've worked on those things myself. And I know and have empathy and compassion for people. I know what the struggles are with those things. And I've experienced some of those, and I can help people with those things. If I haven't experienced something myself, see, that's the thing, is many people can get a paper that says life coach, but if they haven't experienced some of these things, then I don't know that I would trust them to help me, because I don't know how they can help me get over something that they themselves haven't experienced. They could tell me textbook, and I'm not saying that that's not helpful either, because we certainly learn textbook stuff. I learned textbook stuff because what might work for me might not work for somebody else. But it's being able to explore all those things. You certainly want to get a life coach that's open-minded and does explore all those things. Hence this research and staying committed is that I have to research and study stuff. So whatever you're doing in your jobs, you also have to do that too. So I'm saying give yourself a break, because chances are you're more committed to things than you think that you are. So if you get up in the morning and you're feeding your pets or your kids or whatever, you're committed to that. We're committed to getting up and doing whatever we do. And that's what I'm saying is your commitment is whatever you're giving your attention to. I get up in the morning, I do my yoga, put my coffee on, then do my coffee. And there's certain things that I do, and I'm committed to that. If that changes, then I'm just not happy. So you are too, so give yourself a break. The thing is that I had a minister that it's oftentimes when people break commitments with us that we get our feelings hurt, and we may even want to put them in judgment. And then sometimes there's the labels, I don't like those, but some people may label you flaky if you're a commitment breaker. The thing is that my minister used to say when we wanted to label somebody or judge somebody to say just like me, because chances are that you too have at some point in time done the same thing that I did, committed to something and didn't follow through, and so when people do it to you, it's not personal. You weren't thinking, hopefully not thinking bad thoughts to that person or ill harm when you broke a commitment with somebody. So it's giving them a break and giving yourself a break too, because what kind of judgment are you putting on yourself when you judge another person? Because then you're finding yourself not worthy enough for that person to pay attention to you in a way. Because see what I'm saying? So we want to stay committed and we want to have a purpose. And the next thing to that would be loyalty. Because at the same time, while I'm telling you to honor yourselves, to make your commitments and not be people-pleasing making your commitments, to make your commitments to honor yourself. These are things that you want to do, that you can do, and even some that you may, like, I don't know where I'm going with some of the things that I do, but I'm just doing one thing at a time on a daily basis that I'm committed to. And it helps me do better. Like I'm not the greatest writer, but I've committed to writing a blog a month. And if you didn't see my blog, I just wrote it last weekend because I did commit to that. And it's at stacyforlife.com, and You Are More is my blog because I committed to writing a blog once a month. I'm not a great writer yet, but I'm not going to get to be a great writer if I just sit there and say I'm going to be a writer. So I have to start writing things. And then I have my consistency, my content, my topics and stuff. And so then I can go forth on that. See? It's not something that we automatically do. And I've been the person that, like I said, that's been in the therapy office slinging snot, thinking that everything happens for other people but not for me. And that's not the truth. The thing is what she explained to me, because that did happen. What she explained to me was that the reason that people succeeded is because they just kept on and persevered. You have to have a commitment to keep on and persevere. We sometimes want a purpose to do that. Some of us forget what our purpose is. So I just encourage you to come up with a purpose. Look at your life and the things that you did. What is your purpose? Mine is to help humanity. I want people to be able to love and accept themselves, because when they can love and accept themselves, they can love and accept others. And that will promote peace and serenity. So that's the thing. But loyalty is about when we do make a commitment and we find our purpose to continue to carry in through with that commitment and stuff. So I know that there's people that look for my videos on Wednesday morning, and I want to make sure, because I love and appreciate those people, that I have that video there for them Wednesday morning. And I do hope this video makes perfect sense, because I am recording at a different time than I normally record, and my peak hours are one part, and this is not my peak hours actually, but I am committed to doing this, and so it's happening, y'all. So I'm hoping that I'm not forgetting anything, because I am tired. But it's just to make our commitment, then have a plan so we can follow through. Because if we don't have a plan's like our map. And if we don't have our plan to follow through, then we're not going to go anywhere. But to not give up, that's what this video is about, is just not giving up. Even when you're tired, even when it doesn't seem like things are happening, even when people aren't giving you applause or what have you, because when you're committed, when you find your purpose, that's why the purpose is so important. Because when you have your purpose, you're doing what you love with your intentions. And as long as your intentions are there, it doesn't matter if your intentions are good intentions. If you're, tired or what have you, you just put forth that effort, put forth that energy out of love. And I love those people that watch my videos weekly, and I hope that it continues to grow. But I do appreciate what I have so far, and I'm not giving up. And that's because of that loyalty, because at the same time I'm giving loyalty, people give loyalty back to me. So that's what we get when you follow through with your commitments. You gain integrity, so people know that they can depend on you. So people are more dependable. This is what I learned, because when I wasn't dependable, people weren't dependable. So I wanted to give you all that to think about as reflections of ourselves. When we can say just like me, So the definition of loyalty before I close is a strong feeling of support and allegiance. So I want to thank you all for following me. And again, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And I promise to keep bringing you the videos every Wednesday. And if there's something you particularly want to see, then if you will, please message me or put it in the comments below. Again, I want to see your 3 commitments. A daily, one of the commitments that I try to keep, and I don't do it 100% because sometimes stuff does happen, is to get up in the morning and to write my journal, just a few things, but to write 3 things down that I'm grateful for. Sometimes it's just pen and paper. And I have 2 more other than that, but I'm just saying, to go easy on yourself. Don't try to be elaborate or grandiose. Try to just remember what those 3 things are. That's not too many. 3 things that you're grateful for. And also 3 things that are on your to-do list. So that's what I do every morning that I'm trying to commit to. Like I said, I fall short every once in a while because I have to get up and go do something else. And if I don't get it done in the morning, by nighttime. So that's why I'm saying I'll fall short and maybe get it done by night. So, all right. That's enough. Y'all have a great week. And I look forward to speaking to you next week. Thank you so much. Read my blog at stacyforlife.com. You are more. Good night.